What's going on, guys? Who is Tunde here? Welcome to another episode of Afrobeats Weekly. Boys are back, but not really back, but we are back 1 week early. So this episode is not like your regular format. The regular format resumes next week, but we just couldn't leave you guys hanging. You know, Double O drops an album. You know, we have to give you guys that review now. We can't escape it. I know you guys missed us. Shout out to you, is Malcolm. Shout out Slim J, Sharon T2. Shout out everyone asking when the pod is back. We are back. I don't know if I'm refreshed, but we are back refreshed. I had a very boring break. So I'll just throw the ball in Show's courts because now Show tour Europe. Show attended all the concerts. Show did everything. So let's go, my G. How your side? How your holiday now?
Yo, bro, I'm good, man. How you doing? It's good to be back. I'm
tired. I can tell.
What are you up to? Yo, man, it was good. It was a good, nice 20 days in the UK. You know, hit up some shows. You know, it was fire. It was nice. It was nice catching up with a whole lot of people. Yeah, ended up at the Asake concert just before I got back. So that was a good look.
How's that concert? Because I was seeing mixed reviews. Some people were saying, "Oh, it's good. It started late. It didn't start late." And you were like, I think I tweeted it, and you now gave me like a response. So what was it like?
Yeah,
being there in real time.
So proper the actual show. So I mean, I can understand people's reaction for everything. That's before the show starts and after the show's ended. But like the actual performance was dope. I mean, came in a helicopter with Yoga. I told you Yoga was the jam.
I still don't like that song. Continue.
Came in on Yoga, but it was so different. Like I'm telling you, like with the choir singing and he was coming down on the helicopter.
It's not a mad live, I mean.
No other song. As in, no other song he could have not come out to any other song at that moment because every other song is too fast paced and so.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like literally like he was coming down from the heavens and then he lands and it's straight into organize. And I love like the actual how the set flowed. He did have the composers as well as his band.
Yeah.
So that was another good thing. I mean, everybody knows composers. They're like they tour with Davido and Davido's main band. So
yeah,
he had them. So it was nice. Those guys are stars. And then he brought out the lead singer from Lighthouse Family when he did Sunshine.
I saw that on YouTube. Yeah,
right. And that one was mind blowing because we were surrounded by Gen Z people and they didn't know who he was. That was too funny, man. It was too funny. Like, so just see a couple of millennials singing and just everybody around them just silent, like, what's going on here? Yeah, but that was dope. He brought out Friday, and the highest scream was when he brought out Tiwa Savage, like, on my jam. Yeah. That was the stuff. However, now this comes back to he had two outfit change. So he came in when he was wearing the army fatigue, he went back, came out something else, and then I think after the Tiwa performance, or maybe it was DJ Spino, he left, and then the lights came on, and so around this time is around like it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the lights came on and like people started leaving. And I was just like, that's weird, man. He hasn't done like Peace Be Unto You. He hasn't done Joha. He hasn't done like a lot of songs. I was like, this is weird. And then we didn't see the band at all. And then the lights were still on and they came back on stage. And they just did Joha and he just ran out. So the lights were still on when he did that song. Came out, did Joha, and he ran back out. And then that was it. Everybody now started leaving. And it's like maybe 11.
So was it like maybe when you went backstage?
So that's when
like, okay, like this show has to end.
Exactly.
So you, kind of things,
because one, the subway closes at 11:30. It's 11:10. If he had to like do more songs, I mean, the subway would be totally closed.
Yeah.
But that was not even the problem because to leave the O2, it takes you at least 20 minutes. Or 15 to 20 minutes.
I get it. I get it from that perspective.
Exactly, and that's where the mayhem started. Because by the time people go to the subway was now closed. I think only 2 trains left, so a lot of people were stuck, and so people now try to start taking buses or trying to get Ubers, and Uber's gonna come there because there's so many people, and like it was just mayhem. Literally leaving that place. It took I didn't get home till like 2 hours later. I go home like just past 1 a.m.
How you reach? You are carriage
That's
house.
the problem. Like, yo, man, I take a bus somewhere, take an Uber somewhere. Like, look, it was a messed up journey just because it ended late. And now that brings it back to the point of it wasn't because it ended late. Like, it wasn't his fault that it ended late, right? It's just because he had to start late. And why did he have to start late? Because there were so many seats like empty at 9 o'clock. Yeah, right. You know, people hadn't come. Like, I mean, they said it was sold out. They said the show was sold out. Cool. We'll talk about. I don't want to address that. But
So it was just sold out, but not sold out, but it was sold out. I guess.
Whatever they said, I'm not jumping into that. But they said it was sold out. Cool.
Yeah.
But there was just that, some people just come late, and so the fact that some people were coming late, there were just some seats around, like, the main area. That's, of course, the camera people will pan. I didn't know he was actually going to broadcast it. So
it was.
People just pan and just see empty seats. They'll be like, hey, it's not sold out. That whole thing. And so to save himself for all that rubbish, I think they just kept waiting till a lot of people had filled up the seats. And then that's when they started the show. So
makes sense. Yeah, I think it was like I said, mostly positive reviews. The only reviews that were bad was this. So it started late, it ended abruptly. But I think everyone had a good time. I saw it on YouTube and it looked very, very, solid. It's obviously it still has like a lot to do in terms of performance, stagecraft, and all that. But this is his first big outing, I think. Yeah. So I'm sure we'll learn as it's going along. So yeah, man. Shout out Asake, like they call him, man.
Oh, most definitely. He's gonna learn. He's gonna learn. Oh, so another thing I wanted to touch, just because we're still on this point. He had 2 opening acts. Charlie Popo.
Charlie Poppy. My guy.
And Lil Kesh. My goodness. Horrible sets.
Anytime it's my goodness, I know what's coming next.
Horrible, like absolutely terrible sets. Literally all they did was play their songs. The whole songs were just playing and they would just ad-lib the song. And Charlie Pop was just dancing. And I don't know, man. I was just like, what is this? Like, this is terrible. And for Lil Kesh, like who's been around for a while, I just thought, and he has like bangers at least that people know. Like, you can perform your songs, like nobody's gonna beat you. And he just didn't. He was just there on the stage. He was just moving from side to side while his song was playing. I was just like, the DJ could have done this and would have saved herself, you coming here. Yeah.
All in all, what would you rate the concert? Out of 10?
Oh, if I just rated Asake's parts, I'd rate it at least a 7.5.
Okay, not too bad.
I give it more props for the fact that there was a whole lot of production doing. Like, he had like singers, he had like he had a choir part for one set. The people that came in, the features that came in. He had a whole lot of. No, sorry, I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
But there were just maybe there were a couple hiccups in the transition from one song to another. It happened twice. But besides that, everything was solid.
Okay. All right then. Shout out Asake, man. Doing big things for Afrobeats. That's what we love to see. That's what we love to hear. So, major albums we missed during the break. I think we missed Unruly by Olamide, Tequila Ever After by Adekunle Gold, and Maverick by Kiss Daniel. For me, I don't know, man. Did you listen to this? Did you listen to these albums?
So, I believe it's only Kiss Daniel's album I didn't listen to. I told you already, I've mentioned this, but I really like Olamide's album. Like, It's an album I played multiple times. It's not. I'm not saying it's. I'm not rating it against anything he's done before. Like it's just.
Yeah,
Can I listen to
yeah.
this album and enjoy what it's? I enjoy it for what it is. Like I don't know. It's not having like crazy bangers that I'm gonna play in the club. No, it's just
Yeah,
music that I can vibe to. I
I
don't know. I
can
really
listen
like the
to. Yeah.
album.
I don't know, man. For me, I wasn't really a big fan of because I listened to all three, but like nothing really stood out for me. Didn't really enjoy them. I think the only songs I kept on Olamide's albums was I think Ginger and Street Jam. But other than that, I haven't really been able to go back to them to even bump them. I don't know. People are saying the Olamide album is actually good. Like you said, I think the most people's reviews just mirrors yours. Like good album, nothing really crazy. So if you like it, let us know. Use the hashtag Afrobeats Weekly. Holler us. But luckily for us, the biggest talking points in Nigerian music also coincided with one of the most anticipated album drops this year, Burna's I Told Them. So, not really backstory, but Burna was on his album promo run, and he said a whole bunch of things. Went on a whole bunch of interview, was doing his interview run. But the stuff that got everyone's attention was the Zane Lowe's comments where he said Afrobeat music has no substance. Of course, reactions on reactions. What is your own reaction?
Um. So, another backstory is it's of no. How would you put it? It's of no secret that I am a Burna fan. So
Yeah.
I'll put that out there. Not just be like, oh, you're working with him because you're a Burna fan. So I'm saying it out now. And with that said, he did say most Afrobeat songs don't have substance. And it's kind of funny because we say most Afrobeat songs don't have,
substance.
they're just talking rubbish. We say it ourselves.
Yeah.
We complain about it online as well. I literally hear, people talk about, oh, man, I can't rock with that song because I think they're not saying anything.
Yeah.
Now, the context about and how I felt like, okay, one, maybe he shouldn't have said it to Zayn because like Zayn didn't even like ask a follow-up question. Like he didn't say anything. Like he was just like, oh, they don't have, and Zayn just moved on to the next topic that he was talking about. Like a better, a better platform would have asked, what do you mean by that? And which was the question, because it's the what do you mean by that would have saved us all this back and forth.
Yeah.
And it is basically saying that, look, he stated it there. He was like, look, everything is a good time. And which is most of what happens. Like everybody releases songs of Afrobeat party songs. Like literally that's what comes out. A body of work, you can take a look at it. Like most people release their singles, it's just a good time. Nobody's released a single where it's talking about hardship, problems in Nigeria. Those would happen if people were releasing bodies of work albums, right? And then one single would be touching about different subjects or something of that matter. So what he was saying was that, okay, when you release albums or when you have albums, it should mirror what life is. It has your highs, it has your lows, crazy times, good times. But most people release albums and it's just good times from beginning to end. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think I differ a little from you because personally, I feel like it's a very careless statement because first of all, and again, I think nobody's a gatekeeper of substance in music because what you feel like substance that is layered with like attention to details, lyrics, and all this stuff we consider deep is what some people consider boring. Like music can't sound the same. Like imagine if there was no turn up music, like everything was just deep lyrics and everything. But anyways, that aside, and I think also like the time of substance has passed because generally like these new guys, them Victoni, all these guys we praise, they are way more particular about their like lyrics than any other generation I've heard. And again, I think another big thing is he's one of the biggest artists in Afrobeats right now. One of the biggest artists in like R&B and hip hop. If I'm not going too far. So he's like an ambassador of some sorts, and it's like a point of contact to like Afrobeats, the Afrobeats culture for a lot of folks. So I feel like he should be pushing the culture forward and not bashing it. And I agree with the guys that say like he's coming from like a place of arrogance and the fact that Nigerians always challenge him when he misbehaves. And I don't know why he allows that bothers as he allows that bother him, because everybody acknowledges his talent. Like everybody, like you hear Burna Boy and you say like, "Oh, this guy's talented." Remember when we first reviewed him, we agreed immediately, first listen, that this guy is a whole bunch of talent. So, but I think he doesn't like he takes criticism of his bad behavior for hating, and to me, that's what I don't understand. Like, I think that's where I'm always confused about the whole burner thing. Like most Nigerians just say we are badly behaved. I don't think a lot of Nigerians are like, oh, this guy doesn't make music. I know bands aside, we always call him like 003 and all that stuff, but it's really 001, like stagecraft, music, all those things. So I don't, I don't quite get it. That's. I think that's my stand on this whole burner matter.
Okay, um, so again, I'm not talking about like his talk about. I didn't feel, to be honest. Okay, now let me try and backtrack and try and get my thoughts across before
Yeah.
there'll be snippet. It was like, should have said this. Okay. um, I feel like it was a challenge that, hey, look, guys, if you guys are releasing this music, not just only good times. Okay, you know what? It actually came after Zayn asked about whiskey, right?
Okay.
Which was like him portraying something that was happening in the Niger Delta and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Exactly, from Rivers, and which is something that nobody would shoot a video for. Let's not be frank. Like in the past 10 years, no one would shoot a video for that if that was a song on their album. Everybody
Yeah.
focuses on the party songs. So him feeling that, hey, look, there can be more substance in you doing, you can do your music, you can do your party songs, but there should be more substance. That's how I heard it. And that's how I viewed it, because that's what we've been saying. Like, we can't lie that that's not what we've been saying. Hey, look, man, I don't like this song. He was saying nothing on this song, or this person was talking nothing on that lyric. Like, we've been talking back and forth about that.
Yeah. Yeah. No
And
doubt
Nigerians will
about
be
that.
talking back and forth about it. So I still say it was just a bad platform, or maybe because who he said it to, and he just felt like, oh, why are you, showing a bum bum outside or something like that. but
Yeah, along those
yes,
lines.
I just
Yeah,
feel like
along
that's
those
what we're
lines.
doing.
Like young Zenlori, like you can't just say,
So yes,
yeah, all these Afrobeat guys, no substance. Especially because all your music too is not substance. You can't say okay, A to Z, all you give is substance, because they you would dig out the no substance music. So me, I'm just always trying to say like
standard.
this substance
Exactly.
or no
So that's
substance.
not what
Yeah,
he was saying. Yeah.
yeah, this substance or no substance thing, man. Just
He
like
was just trying to
like
say
how
let there be
they find a
variations.
balance. Yeah, yeah. I think so too, man. Anyways, that was what happened,
Exactly.
on his
And that's it.
what do you call that thing? Album run promo, him trying to get on Complex, doing all these things. So the album is out. I told them by Burner. So let's just segue nicely into that. The album dropped on Friday. And I've been enjoying the album so far. 14 songs. The album features Wu-Tang's Jizza and RZA, 21 Savage, Dave, Shea Vibes, Cole. By Cole, I mean J. Cole, Brian Messiah. We have Tales on the production, P2J's, Create Lyrics, Tales, Bangles, and a bunch of other like international Grammy award winning folks. So you already know this album is sounding clean and crisp. And Brian doesn't compromise on his sound, so it's a very well produced album. I like the album, like I said earlier. I think standouts for me were Tested, Approved, and Trusted. I'm a sucker for soul samples, so I naturally love Cheat on Me with Dave. And of course, Big Seven, they play City Boys. I don't know how I feel about that song with Shea Vibes, but maybe to grow on me.
What?
I don't know how I feel about it yet, man. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyways, let me quickly finish. And like he had to go spiritual with If I'm Lying. I like that. I like most people. I don't really care for Thanks I Get. I think it wasted the whole J. Cole feature for me.
What?
And let me just finish. And the Wu-Tang Shaolin transitions weren't needed, in my opinion. I don't, it weren't needed at all. Nothing concerning Shaolin Temple with this album. But again, let me just round up. His regular burner, cocky, confident. I better pass you. We've got the Afrobeats vibes, Caribbean vibes, and of course, his new audience, hip hop and R&B. So I think in trying to do all this stuff, trying to balance all this music, I don't think he did too badly in bringing all these songs together. Because as problematic as Burna is, man, the boy Sabi, I'm not gonna lie, he knows his stuff, man. All right, man, over to you.
All right. So good reviews. Like you said, I thing that blows my mind on this album is that no two producers, like a producer didn't produce two tracks. So there's 15 songs, or well, I won't say 15 songs, but they're two
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
so they're 13 songs and they're 13 different producers. So like, I mean, not like 13 different producers, but like the
yeah.
same producer doesn't produce
But
two
speaking of
songs.
production,
So it's like,
let me cut you short here. Like the producers, like when you go to the production credits, it's like all those Diddy things that you see like five producers, five
yeah,
engineers, five of all those. And when you guys go and check the credits, you see like Grammy nominated, Grammy award winning. So,
yeah,
anyways, continue. Right.
exactly. So it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, I think there's only one song that had like one producer, but besides that, there were like multiple producers on each
Yeah.
song. And it's just the fact that he had all of that. He was on tour last year, and the album still sounds cohesive. I don't know how
Yeah.
it worked. Like, that was the first thing that blew my mind. I was like, how does this thing still like? It still works. Of course, when the singles came out, we thought, oh, he was going all Yankee and Afrobeat is
Exactly.
gone. But the whole, like the core of the album is still the Afro beats, Afro fusion, Afro R&B, whatever you want to call it. Like that's the
Yeah.
core of the album. The best song for me right now is They Play. And
They
If
Play.
I'm Lying, I know a lot of people don't like the the J. Cole song, but I still feel like that is exactly what you want from an artist. Like I want an artist to tell me what's pissing him off or what's not. I'm probably not going to agree with it,
That
but
angle,
I
I
want
see it.
everyone else
Yeah.
to tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me, hey, what is up on your mind? I don't want an artist just be like giving me the same thing over
Yeah.
and over and over again. And this is what I call this is what I address as substance. Like, yeah, you have to get okay. What is bothering you? Davido did it on his album as well, man.
Yeah.
You know, everybody calls him a womanizer, and he asks, "Do you want me to be gay?" Like, these are the things that you want. I don't.
Yeah.
It's true, though. I'm not go chase. So these are the things that you want, and I love this song like a lot. I would even prefer if J. Cole wasn't on it, but yes, these the RZA, like you said, I don't understand. I didn't see it. Like I didn't see why.
The interlude. I was talking about 12 tenets of life. It's wisdom. It's beautiful. I'm like, keep this shit on the whole album, man. What's this?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he wants to say that. Okay, these are all the things that he's striving for. I don't know. Maybe he's telling us something because he told them. I don't know. But it's out there. Like you said, tested, approved, and trusted. A standout song. City Boys is gonna bang.
Yes, sir.
Man, this is the first time like Shave Vibes was really palatable for us.
I see. Well, true. I don't lie. It was very audible on this one. Yeah.
On beats, on core, like yo, bro. Like
maybe that's why I don't like. Maybe that's why I don't like. Maybe I like the chaos vibes. I know this one that just sounded very.
Literally, that's what I was gonna say. You like chaos, and you strive and live in it.
I think so now. I think I like chaotic music.
So yes, and of course, there's the Taliban song, which he has literally taken for himself.
Bro,
like
yes,
that song is that remix is his as of right now. So yeah, like it's a solid body of work for someone as problematic as Burna.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the yin to the yang, man. A problematic person, but still gives us solid bodies of work.
What do you think this like ranks on his category, like them Twice and Tall, all those. Like let's just start from them Twice as Tall era. That's like the era where it started, like, is it African Giant? Like the era where it started like segueing a bit. Where do you think this ranks?
Okay, so I'll start from outside. I like starting from outside because outside had Ye. That's where Ye is at now. Yeah. Exactly. So from Ye to this, it ranked anywhere from, I think it would rank like 3.
Okay.
So it would be outside African Giants are ahead of it, 1 and 2. So African Giants outside.
Better than Love That Meaning.
Like, I think this is better than Love That Meaning for me.
Okay.
There's some songs on Love That Meaning I really didn't go back to. I didn't like at all.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this is more. I think this is one. This is shorter. It's like 13 songs. To be honest, it's 13 songs on this. It's shorter, so
like 40 minutes.
It plays better.
Yeah,
bro, it plays better.
I have a joke. Ask me my rating about the album. Ask my rating for the album. Ask me.
Big 7.
But now I can't tell the joke again because you got the joke. So it's a big 7 for me. It's a big 7. That's pretty much it. I think it's a very enjoyable album, like you said. I'll go back to it. I didn't really skip any song. Maybe like as I play it, I might get tired of some songs and be like, oh, I'm tired of this song. But you played very well. Very good album. Nothing mind blowing like, oh, Burna is it, but it's a good album to bump. So I'm not mad at it at all, man. Not mad at it at all.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Afrobeats Weekly. We hope you enjoyed it. Proper pod drops next week. We are going back to our regular schedule program, bringing you the news, reviews, and all those other things you like about this podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Pod, Google's Pod, and Spotify, or wherever you get your podding from. We would love to hear from you. Use the hashtag Afrobeats Weekly. Do you like Burna's new album? Let us know. Please leave us comments, suggestions, and send new music to fanmail at afrobeatspod.com. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at AfrobeatsPod. We will catch you next week where we are fully back. Peace out, people. Peace out.
Peace. Big 7.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. You spoiled my joke and I don't like it. Bye, guys.